Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hoodoo Unleashed with the Broken Prophet, Papa Lou. This video, and I'll be quite honest, I'm doing this one. It's going to be very fast because I am waiting to go out with some friends. So I decided, before things got out of hand, that I shoot a quick video for you guys because this is a concept that I wanted to do for a while. That's because a lot of you have been asking questions in the comment section. You will ask me questions over the text line or you will email me questions. And I figured, you know what, why don't I answer them out in the open, out in the public? Because if one person has a question, I'm pretty sure a bunch of you guys also had the same thing on your mind. You just didn't get around to asking or whatever. It's something you've wondered about. So I have my phone here, propped up on my laptop as usual. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down, answer you guys' questions, go through the comment section. Let me adjust this a little bit here. And we'll go from there. And hopefully, the questions that one person asks, I'll be able to help someone else with. All right. Now, I'm not going to give anybody's names out or anything like that, okay? And then we'll just go. See how it flows, okay? Told y'all I'm going out and pre-gaming. Anyway, I know y'all like, well, how's that any different from your normal? Not much, to be honest. Okay, so the first question is, it's not a question, it's a comment. Somebody said, hey, Big Daddy. Hey, you. How are you? Next question or comment. Papa Lou, I did what you said with the dollar. And man, look, I got buku overtime and a surprise bonus check. I'm a straight up believer now. Awesome. Okay, I know this isn't a question, but I love this comment because it shows that someone's actually doing the work. Unfortunately, in this spiritual community, a lot of people become recipe collectors or spell collectors, even though I hate the word spell, but they become spell collectors. They become so caught up in the mysticism of hoodoo and other spiritualities that they want to collect so much more so than they actually want to do a lot. And it boggles my mind. I don't understand why people do that. I see people posting pictures of these huge root collections that they've amassed because they bought somebody's book. Hopefully not Catherine Ironwood's piece of shit, but they bought someone's book and now they want to collect all these roots and herbs and things. And I look at them and I'm like mesmerized because some of these people, they have bookshelves and shit that looks like the store, right? And I'm like, I can never amass that many roots and herbs. You know why? Because I'm always using them. And that was my purpose for this, YouTube channel. To get you guys out there, like that old Pike's Nursery thing, playing the dirt again. I want you guys actually doing these things. Don't just collect them. Write them down if you want to, but actually get out there and do them, okay? So that's why I love this comment. Sis, I love the fact that it was my work, that you did. Of course I love that, but it doesn't have to be. Guys, try everything. See if it works for you. A lot of this is trial and error. And like I said in the last video, you may not get the results you want the first go. But if you just keep at it, you will start to get results. The same thing is like riding a bike, learning how to drive. The more you do it, the better at it you get. And I also like the fact that it shows people how work can manifest for you. A lot of people get so caught up in Hollywood and books and the fictionalized depictions of magic that they don't understand that things work within a natural law. Okay? You need money. Got that part. You do the work. The money's got to get to you some kind of way. And if you're sitting on your sofa, it's going to be pretty fucking hard for the money to get to you. Okay? But she's showing it manifested for her in overtime and a bonus check, a surprise bonus check. And that's how it works. When I do money work for myself, okay, Ed McMahon don't walk up and knock his dead ass at my door and hand me one of those big ass checks. No. Normally what will happen is when I do money work for myself, I'll get more requests for readings, more requests for work. It's like a nexus, okay? You've got to create the pathways for it to get to you. And I've told you guys this before. It's like, if you need an operation and you need a blood transfusion, the surgeon has to make a connection from that bag of blood to your arm. Okay? He has to make that connection. He doesn't just wave it over your body and the blood magically flies into you. The same thing. Here's the money. Here's your need. Okay? That connection might be readings. That connection might be overtime. That connection might be a scratch-off ticket. That connection might be... The point is, there has to be some connection. You've got to do something. Put something out there for the money to flow towards you. Okay? So there. Next question. Papa Lou, how do you dispose of your items after the ritual? Thanks. You're welcome. Okay. There are generally a few places that one can dispose of spiritual work after you've done it. Be it, burning incense, the candle remains, whatever. Those places are pretty common. It'll either be the crossroads. It's not the crossroads every time. A lot of people, that's all they know. I'll just throw it at the crossroads. The crossroads are not your spiritual dumping ground, okay? It can be the crossroads. It can be the base of a tree. It can be in running water. It can be in the ocean. I personally hate when the spirits want me to throw something in the ocean because I live in Atlanta. The nearest ocean is 4 hours away, okay? So if the spirit says that I have to throw something in the ocean, I'm charging y'all for that gas. It might be in the woods, at the base of a mountain. Okay, there are a bunch of places where you can dispose of them. And how do you dispose of them? To get to your question directly, is some form. I divine on it. I'll either pull cards, I'll throw bones, I'll ask the spirits where do they want me to dispose of it. And then that's where I go. So that's why I always tell people, learn some form of divination. At least a method of divining a yes or no answer. At the very least. It can be a pendulum. It can be pulling cards, flipping a coin. Yes, it can be as simple as flipping a coin. If you are in tune with your spirits, that's fine. But learn some form of divination, at least for yes or no purposes, so that you can ask your spirits where they want the work disposed of. They might want it burned. All right? And so you can go down the line, or they might just want it thrown in the trash. I always ask my spirits that first. That's the easiest way. Like, look, guys, I grab my trusty deck of cards, and I start pulling, and I ask them if it's okay that I dispose of it in the trash can. They say yes. I'm like, thank you. All right. Now, here's the thing. Spirits can be bribed. A lot of people will not tell you that, but it's the truth. So here's a little tip or trick for you guys. If you ask your spirits, can you dispose of some work in the trash can? They say no. Then you start bribing them. Say, what if I left you an offering of rum outside my door? Would that be okay? If they say no. What if I left you an offering of rum and burned incense? They might say yes. You see what I'm saying? So keep on working it until you get a yes. And if you never get a yes, then you go on to the base of a tree, a crossroads, whatever's more convenient for you. All right? Next comment, and I'll keep this one brief, y'all, because I see we're 8 minutes in already. Love this channel already. Needed to hear this. Thank you. I forgot what it was I said, but I'm glad it reached you. All right, thank you so much. Papa Lou, are you on Facebook? Negative, sir. Next question. Papa Lou, please do a video on a topic that has and continues to cause a lot of confusion. Is it necessary? He put it in all caps, so he meant this shit. Is it necessary to get initiated to do powerful conjure work? What exactly is initiation for? Can getting the wrong initiation drive some people crazy or even make them sick? This is a bunch of questions in one. And look, my shirt is riding up, y'all. I promise I'm not trying to like slick flex on y'all because I don't have muscles like that. Is the initiation itself that empowers the person, or is it the teaching of the mentor/teacher that empowers the individual? Can spirit sometimes teach you directly without an initiation? Thanks. Damn, that's a lot, dude.
Okay.
I had to stop this goddamn video. Oh, keep the party going. All right, so let's tackle this question. I'm gonna break it up into parts. Okay, guy, and hopefully, I'm able to help help the rest of you with this one. Okay, is it necessary to get initiated to do powerful conjure work? Now, the answer to that question is a resounding no. It's not necessary to get initiated to do power conjure work with the emphasis on the word conjure. this, this YouTube channel is called Hoodoo Unleashed, but I've told you guys I'm also a priest, a Tata Nganga of Palo Mayombe. Okay, the two are separate. All right, it's not initiated. I mean, it's not necessary to be initiated to do hoodoo. Okay, you do, in my opinion, need a mentor. Why? A mentor can pass on to you the little tips or tricks to help you to be successful. Okay, I liken it to baking. You can have all the steps, step by step, in a recipe, and you think you're following them to the T, and you probably are, but it never comes out. At least for me, y'all, it never comes out looking, my finished product never comes out looking like the picture. Okay, I know they're not lying, right? The same thing can happen in conjure work. I can sit here and tell you step by step what it is to do as I see it. Okay, as I see it, what, the way I do it. But your results may not be the same. Okay, because think about it. Because I used the driving analogy last time, and I want to use the driving analogy again. If you ask me, well, Lou, how do you drive? I say, okay, you get in the car, you put the key in the ignition, you turn it. The engine starts, you put it in drive, press the gas a little bit, and you're off. Turn this motherfucker the way you want to go. The other pedal stops you. All right? And you'll do that getting all kinds of fucking wrecks, right? You know that. If I wrote that down. Because there are other things that you might miss, and the person trying to convey the information in written form may have forgotten certain things, because once you become comfortable with things, certain steps you unconsciously do, so you don't think about relaying those steps. Okay? Like at that example I just gave you, I didn't tell you to put the key into the lock and unlock the door. I didn't tell you anything about the door handle. I didn't tell you anything about a seat belt. I didn't tell you anything about the little half turn you do with the key to start the engine, and that you got to stop turning it when the engine fires up. I didn't tell you about shifting from park to drive. You see what I'm saying? Not intentionally. It's just that driving is so second nature. It's those little steps that you forget. And people that write these books, 90% of them are complete and utter bullshit. But the 10% that are actually trying to pass on information, they forget little steps like that. And so that is why I say it's always best to have a mentor, someone that will guide you, so that you aren't, so that you have someone there that can tell you those little things, like the ignition and the seat belt and put it in drive. Okay, because someone can tell you how to dress a candle, but you guys saw me dress a candle. You saw the amount of herbs I put in there, and I told you why. So you see the difference? If someone writes it down for you, you guys will be lighting candles that are, like someone else said later on in the comments, because I looked at them ahead of time, that burn like a freaking Gordon Ramsay frying pan, instead of something that's actually manifesting change into your lives. So that's why I feel it's better to always have a mentor. Now, is initiation necessary in hoodoo? Hoodoo is not an initiatory tradition. All right, it's usually passed down from one person to the next. There's no initiation required. Now, the African traditional religions like Palo, Voodoo, Ifa, they are initiatory, which means that for the deeper teachings, initiation is definitely required. I don't care what the books say. I don't care what the website say. I don't care what Lucky Mojo says. I don't care what the Air website says. I don't care what Llewellyn and their shitty books say. Initiation is required. There is no voodoo for dummies. There is no Palo for dummies. Anything that can get you anywhere in written form. All right, you must be initiated by a qualified priest or priestess to work inside of those traditions. I know you feel like Oshun is calling you. I know you feel like Sarabanda came down and spoke to you. I know you feel like Papa Legba knocked on your door. But in order to work with them properly, you need initiation. Why? What is the purpose of initiation? Initiation not only opens you up to those spirits, I refuse to say energies, because these are spirits. They are sentient beings. They think. Okay? But initiation also opens you to that lineage. Just like it vouches for you. You can go to a job interview and hope to get hired, but it's always better if someone inside that company vouches for you. And in a lot of these traditions, that's what initiation does. Initiation is a qualified, well initiated priest or priestess who stands in next to you in front of those spirits and says, "You know who I am. I've been walking with you for a long time, and you've been walking with me. I was duly initiated. Here's a new initiate, and I vouch for them." Okay? And, I'm oversimplifying it, but in essence, that's what a lot of it is. And then that spirit says, okay, all right, well, I'm going to see what they're about. So for the initiatory traditions, yes, initiation is required. I don't care what they say. Hoodoo does not require initiation, but it's always better to have a mentor than, a living, breathing mentor. All right. Next one, so I believe I tackled two at once. Can getting the wrong initiation drive some people crazy or even make them sick? Yes. Yes, it can. It definitely can. Spill my beer. Got a drinking problem. Okay. I have seen people that have been scratched in Apollo that should not have been scratched. But because of the priest's need, i.e. his bills, the priest did it anyway. And then that person experienced, they lost everything. They lost, their significant other. They lost their job, car getting repossessed, things like that. I've seen people that were improperly initiated commit suicide by police. Am I trying to scare you? Yes and no. I want you guys to do your due diligence when seeking initiation, okay? Just because you want something doesn't mean it's for you. And I want you to really, really think about that, all right? Because an improper initiation can have negative consequences. These two were extreme, and I admit that. A lot of times it's just the spirits ignoring you. And you might think they're calling to you when really it's just a spiritual placebo effect. And that you think you feel something when it's really nothing. Okay? But I have seen a lot of negative consequences. So do your due diligence. Okay? And really take a deep introspective and see if initiation is for you. Because I have seen some negative consequences to it. Okay, is the initiation itself that powers the person, or is the teaching of the mentor teacher that empowers the individual? Both. Initiation opens you up to spirits, okay, and kind of it opens the doors for you, but also it does take the teaching of the mentor or your teacher. If we're talking about African traditional religions, because I can scratch you in Palo, but if I walk away and don't teach you shit, then you won't know how to the songs to sing, the firmas to draw on the ground, things like that. The same thing with hoodoo, even though it's not initiatory. You can buy a whole bunch of herbs, but if you don't know the subtle nuances on working with High John the Conqueror, the spirit, not just the herb, not just the root. High John is also a spirit, things like that. If you don't know when is it okay for a lady to carry a High John and when is it not okay for a lady to carry a High John. So you do need, that kind of interaction. And initiation won't just make you Dumbledore or Harry Potter. All right. You do need some instruction. Can spirits sometimes teach you directly without an initiation? Yes, they can. And yeah, I've seen it happen. I've had it happen and that really depends on your connection with your spirits. And that's why I say it's so important not just to go to your spirits when you need something, not just to talk to them when you feel like talking. You guys see, and some of you ask about altars. This is my ancestor / working altar. I've showed it to you before. Okay, and it's been growing because I am moving to a larger house. And so they must know their space is about to get bigger because there's a lot more on there. But if you look, it's right by the front door. Why did I put that by the front door? So that they're the last things I see when I leave, and they're the first things I see when I come home. So they always get attention and interaction from me. There's never a time when, I go like days without speaking to my spirits, and I built that connection. So there are times when they'll communicate things with you. And when you build a connection with your spirits, this is my ancestors / working altar, so they're my ancestors that are there. You'll learn how they communicate with you, either through smells, through visions, through songs, through dreams, through signs, things like that. So, excuse me, that was gross. So there will be times when they'll communicate with you directly, and you can ask them, like, I really need something to move, and does this recipe that I have, have what it takes to do the job? And they may say no. And then you might smell cinnamon, or you might taste cinnamon candy. You're like, is that what I need to add to really make this move? And then they'll say yes. There have been instances of entire rituals communicated through a dream that people have worked, and they've gotten the desired results. So yes, that was a long one. All right, that's what she said, but I tackled that one. Then the next couple of questions were about the money work that I gave out, involving rubbing yourself with a dollar bill, things like that. This one is, I love this video. Broken profit. After I take the money, put the soap lather on it, and wash myself down, do I then wait a little while and shower the soapy lather off? Yes. You can. Yeah, I thought I gave that out, but in case you missed it, for that particular work, yes, you can shower off. For a lot of spiritual baths, you don't want to shower or rinse yourself off. You want to air dry. But for that particular work, it's okay to rinse yourself off and rinse the dollar bill off and sit it on the windowsill or something like that and let it dry. And the next question, Papa, does that mean that after a shower you lather the bill with soap and rub it all over you and not rinse the soap? You do lather it, you rub it all over you, but you do rinse it, yes. All right, next comment, and I'm going to read maybe 2 or 3 more, and then I'm going to cut this because we're at the 22-minute mark. I love what you said about being happy and where you are in life. I have long believed it's not the destination, it's the journey. Thanks for this. I need to be reminded of it today. Blessings. Blessings to you too, sister. Yes. Guys, look. We're all on one long road from the cradle. Y'all can't say from the cradle to the grave, all right? There are times in life when you need to focus on the destination. And those are generally the negative times when you're hitting these bumps and these snags and these divots and potholes in this road. But look, it's easy to get caught up. And when you get caught up and you're looking at the negative situations that are going on in you, and you're just fretting and, oh, woe, it is me, you don't see the final destination anymore. All right? So I'm going to say, guys, be able to switch both ways. When things are going bad, focus on your end result. When things are going good, you enjoy the shit out of them. All right? Because tomorrow ain't promised. Ashe, amen. Salam alaikum. Now, the next few questions are going to require more in-depth, about the use of the word witch and things like that. And y'all know how I feel about that, so we're going to talk about it a little bit later. But I will tell you, I'm going to buckle down and do all these videos I've been promising this weekend. So this is going to be a busy weekend, guys. I promise. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day. If you like, the videos, please subscribe or hit the little button or whatever that they've got down there, so that you will get the alerts, because I'm going to do the altar video. The only thing that took me so long to do the altar video, guys, is like I said, here's my working altar here. And it's been growing. But altars are such a personal thing that I was wondering, how can I show you what can go on your altar? Because it's such a personal thing. But I've got some basic things I can show you, and we will construct one hands-on, at least to get it started. And I want to see a bunch of these out there. All right? I'll give you the basic framework. And with that video, I'll also show you how to do an altar to yourself. That's right, an altar to yourself, the indwelling spirit, because it's okay to treat yourself. So you put a representation of yourself and some money, stuff like that. The things you want, you put on your altar, and you gift yourself these things, and then watch them manifest in your life. All right? Guys, I could keep on talking. It's 24 minutes going on. Someone said, consult your Nganga and see if I can be a pupil. Yes, I am a Tata Nganga of Palo. Palo is an African traditional religion from the Congo region. All right. So, I actually had 2 goddaughters that I met. All right. So, guys, contact me. My contact information will be down here. I just cleared 2 love cases, so you guys know that I do only 4 love cases at a time. I just cleared 2, so I have 2 spots available. Guys, I've got a lot of tire kickers, and I don't mind answering your questions. Just understand that love work will cost at least, but I generally don't run over, but at least about $321 for that. Of that, the 21 goes, in donation to the spirits. The $300 goes towards materials, supplies, and those little gimmicks in the mail called bills that they send to me. All right, but I will leave the link to the text line down there. My email is always open, guys. If I don't get to you right away, just it's okay to send me a ding to remind me. All right, and I'll text you guys back or email you back. Thanks so much. I do have slots open for spiritual readings and consultations. I'm about to upload this video, then I'm headed out the door. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Guys, stay positive. Keep doing the work. Build the connection for the things you want to get to you. If it's money, you got to put some stuff out there that allow the money to get to you after the work. If it's love, you better brush your teeth, wash your ass, and go out there, because ain't nobody going to knock on your door. I told a good friend of mine who was looking for a man, dick don't knock on doors, so you need to get out there. Love work by itself is not going to do it. The Bible says faith without works is dead. You can, and then some of you like, well, the Bible also says that, if you say to this mountain, be thou removed, it will be removed and cast in the sea, because all you need is faith the size of a mustard seed. That is true, but you still have to open your damn mouth and tell the mountain that. That means you still having faith is good, but you still have to do something to make it happen. All right, so we can do all this conjure work, but if you are not doing something on this side, the physical side, nothing's gonna move for you. All right, thanks guys for tuning in. Upload this, heading out. Talk to you guys later. Watch for the 2 videos on altars and powders, on Hoodoo powders. All right, have a good one, y'all. Be blessed.